If you're a fan of her fundie family, then you're probably already aware that Jana might be the most obsessed over of all the Duggars. Fans can't get enough of her, and it seems the main reason for this phenomenon is that Jana is the only Duggar who might accurately be described as mysterious. Don't get us wrong, the Duggars all have their secrets, but there's a difference between presenting a behind-screen version of yourself to the public and being genuinely mysterious. Most Duggars lack the depth for the latter. After all, it's hard to cultivate a truly unique personality or any complexity of character when most of your waking hours are devoted to following rules. Jana is probably just as committed as her siblings to the lifelong task of serving her God and her parents, but in certain important ways, she's chosen to openly violate the rules as they were laid out for her. Like her sisters, Jana was raised to believe that procreation is a woman's primary reason for being. Unlike her sisters, however, Jana seems not to have taken that message to heart. At 30, Jana is still single and of course childless. That wouldn't be such an obvious follow-up statement in most cases, but the Duggar ban on premarital sex is so strict that Jana would no longer be permitted to live with her parents if she had a child out of wedlock. But live with her parents she does, which brings us to the next big mystery. What is it that Jana does all day? This question has often been phrased as, what does Jana do for a living? But it's important to remember that as a Duggar woman, she is strongly discouraged from working outside the home. Certain jobs are deemed acceptable for females. Jill Duggar worked as a midwife for a time, but the idea of a woman making her own money is anathema to Jim Bob. As a result, Jana doesn't have a job in the traditional sense, but her days are filled with hard work nonetheless. Michelle Duggar made being a mom to 19 manageable by incorporating a buddy system, wherein each older kid was assigned to a younger kid to look after. As the older siblings left the house and Jana demonstrated a knack for nurturing children, the system gradually evolved to the point that Jana is now the primary caretaker to her 4 youngest sisters. In addition to Jana, there are 9 Duggar kids still living at home, but 5 of them are 16 or older and probably don't require much in the way of supervision. Some say Jana's household duties prevented her from starting a family of her own, as she never had a time to find the right man. Others say Jana chose not to leave the nest so that she could devote all her time and energy to her siblings. Whatever the case, the upshot is the same. Jana is a full-time caretaker who shares a bedroom with 4 young women aged 10 to 14. It's not a life that most 30-year-olds would choose for themselves, but it seems to work for her. Of course, it's probably a little less pleasant these days, now that Jana is entirely on her own. There was a time when Jana's friend Laura Demasi shared a room with her and assisted with the household duties. A former Duggar employee tells the Hollywood Gossip that Jim Bob came to fear that Jana was in love with Laura, and so he had Demasi sent away. Jim Bob allegedly arranged for her to receive a job offer in Atlanta that she just couldn't refuse. Maybe he was acting out of homophobia, or maybe Jim Bob just felt that Laura interfered with Jana's duties. Whatever the case, the situation reminds of one of the most uncomfortable facts about Jim Bob. He would rather have obedient children than happy ones. That's it for now, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to stay tuned.